What's up, guys? Today we are going to be working on a 92 Pro LX. I'm going to be pulling the transaxle internals out for the different gear ratios and final drive. The trans case is different, but the internals are the same as my 89 Probe GT. So I'm going to be pulling those. I'm going to be pulling the trans out of the car today, and then in a future video, I'm going to be swapping the guts from this H series trans over to a spare trans that I have. Obviously the race season's over here, so it'll be next year when the trans actually goes into the car. I'm probably going to buy another M Factory helical LSD and swap this final drive, and then have two H series LSD transaxles, one with the longer gears, one with the shorter gears. And then I will start this next race season with my current trans that I have with the stock ratios, get a real good baseline, get the car tuned at about 350, maybe 400 wheel, and try and get either a really low 12 or a high 11 out of it. And if I can't get it to put the power down because the gear ratios are so short and the car makes so much torque and it's not really a rever, maybe 6,800 RPM max, with the dual valve springs that I have and the balanced bottom end and everything, then maybe I'll throw the other trans in, which with the final drive and gear ratios should put my top speed right over about 178 miles an hour at 6,800 RPM in fifth gear, and will extend fourth gear out to about 125 miles an hour, so I'll be able to do the quarter mile and go through the traps at peak torque horsepower area in fourth gear, so it should extend the back half out really well. Should help with my 60 foots because I won't be shifting to second gear before the 60 foot. So I'm just really hoping that'll help with some times next year. I'm really hoping to lay down some really cool numbers. So stay tuned, drop a like, subscribe, and definitely comment, give me your opinion, and let me know if you guys want to see some merch get dropped or something like that. I know I'm not a big channel, but if maybe some probing time shirts, or probing the anus, I don't know, just some fun merch, something, some shirts and key tags or anything. Just let me know if that's something you guys would be interested in. Drop it in the comments, and enjoy this video. Alright, so here we have a 1992 LX V6 probe. This has the 3.0 pushrod Ford Vulcan 140 horsepower V6 with a Mazda H series 5-speed transaxle, which has a really juicy final drive and gear ratios, which I will be, as you can see, it's a 5-speed. And I will be pulling this transaxle out, ripping the guts out of it, and throwing it into my spare Mazda H Series 89 Probe GT trans to have as a backup drag transaxle for next race season. This car is a shit box. It was actually in pretty good condition, doors back, but the front end has been wrecked, so it just wasn't worth saving. And so I'm pulling all the parts off of it that I can. I have a ton of parts back here, as you can see. Sorry, compressor is loud. I've got another H series that I just fixed the diff on, did a differential rebuild, and new shift forks. And yep, so lots of probe stuff going on right now. Got the whole hub assembly and everything ripped out. And just at this point, I'm getting it ready to pull the axles, and then I'll start pulling the cross member and transaxle. Alright, so here we are in the final stages of pulling the transaxle out. Got to disconnect the shifter linkage, slave cylinder, the starter, and then bell housing bolts. And this puppy is ready to drop out of here. The cross member, lower control arm, hub, and strut and spring assembly are out of the way. So yeah, we just got the front mounts undone. It just needs to be undone from the front cross member here, as you can see right there. But yeah, otherwise this thing is ready to come out, and it's got my nice juicy gear ratios and final drive, so I'm really happy to pull this out and almost be done.